Hey guys! Before we begin, I just want to say thanks so much for all the positive support. Honestly, this made my entire week. So we're just gonna keep on keeping on doing what I'm doing. Which means today is a history lesson on Captain America. Congrats. Be prepared, I'm about to drop some history bombs on you, so bam. I'm getting my information from my sister's AP US textbook, Wikipedia, and my friend Kaylee, who was a historical preservation major in college, and so she knows her way around some archives. So here we go. So what we do know, based on my textbook and Wikipedia, is that Steve Rogers, aka Captain America, was born July 4th, 1918. So I had Kaylee rummage around some archives, and the only Steve Rogers she could find from Brooklyn, born on July 4th, 1918, was a tiny little sick dude. He didn't live past 1943, so I'm pretty sure we can say that is not Captain America. But that's not such a big surprise because 1918, of course, was the big influenza outbreak. Hospital records were a little shaky because too many people were dying, you know. What we do for sure know is that Steve Rogers enlisted in the Army in 1943. He joined the USO tour as an actor, I suppose. I mean, he was very good looking. Look at that jawline. Yeah? Oh man. He was a member of the Army. He just decided, or maybe the Army decided because he was very good looking, to go around the country selling war bonds and film propaganda films for the US and the Allies. And then at some point he was sent overseas with the USO girls to raise the troops' spirits. He remembered that he went through basic training at some point when he was over there and raided a Nazi prison camp and rescued what would become the Howling Commandos and his very good friends. So, you know, good job, Steve. Well done. You did it. And then their missions got like super highly classified, and this is sort of when we got our fantasy and our historical facts sort of merged together, because it was around this time when the first sort of Captain America serial comics and radio plays and stuff started to come out. Was around late 1944, early 1945. So what we do know as an actual fact is that on July 4th, 1945, Steve Rogers crashed his plane into the Atlantic, killing him. They never did recover the plane or the body. Not that Howard Stark ever stopped looking, because I'm sure he wanted to bury his friend with honors. But there you go. We do know Captain America died. To address super soldier serum rumors. The first time the serum was mentioned was in 1946, which is a year after Captain America died, which definitely lends some credibility to its fantasy nature. If we had this super secret soldier serum, we would probably have way more super secret soldier serum soldiers running around, right? Yeah, we totally would. As it is, we only had this Steve Rogers who died in 1945, so I'm honestly pretty sure it was fake. And even if it was real, and somehow it let Steve Rogers survive the plane crash, he would have had to survive being constantly submerged in cold Atlantic water for over 70 years and not age at all, and then fight giant aliens with no ill effects. You know, not real. It's not real. And that's okay. They did get a guy who looks amazingly like him. There was an article in US Weekly talking about the striking similarities between the Steve Rogers of 1945 and the Captain America that's running around in New York today. And he does look very similar, but you know what? Doppelgangers exist. Not only do doppelgangers exist, relatives exist. There's every possibility that this guy just happened to look a lot like Steve Rogers, and the government decided to play with it. Our world is going forward at an alarming pace, and, you know, we could use a little old-fashioned right now. Okay, so next week we will be discussing the Black Widow and the fact that there is only one lady on the Avengers team, which I think is kind of gross. I mean, come on, there can be more than one superhero lady, right? But that's for next week. Thank you so much for sticking with me, and I'll see you next week, okay? Thanks, bye. We'll campaign door to door.